In the beginning, there was Pong. And from those 2 little dashes and 1 little dot arose an army of warriors, spies, soldiers, and tiny burlap puppets. Now gamers are an unstoppable force. A force that is changing the very face of the entertainment industry as we know it. Every year, we come together to celebrate our victories and pay heed to the biggest names in the industry as they give us a glimpse of what the future holds for consoles, computers, handhelds, and beyond. This is E3. This is our Super Bowl. This is our March Madness. The spectacle is back and bigger than ever, but it's still closed to the public. Only G4 has the power to take you inside these closed doors and give you exclusive coverage live as it happens. G4 will go hands-on with the hottest new titles. This is the only place where you will see live demos every hour. Get ready to go behind the scenes and get exclusive interviews with the luminaries of the gaming community. Watch as we break news and show you everything else in between. Only G4 can get you this close. Only G4 can make you feel as though you're at the heart of the mayhem. That's right. Once again, G4 presents E309 Live.
Welcome to day 2 of E309 Live right here on G4. We have got your golden ticket to this video game chocolate factory.
And we're not afraid to use confusing metaphors.
It's not that confusing. Maybe
I'm confused.
I'm Kevin Pereira. Joining me today is Adam Sessler. My partner in crime, Miss Olivia Munn, is here as well. And
also here today with 20, 25, 30
Technically, the doctor said I had 50.
50% of the boys. Morgan Webb is here.
We're so happy to have you back, Morgan.
Thank you.
Very happy to have you. Okay. Last year, E3 had been reduced to a pale shadow of its former self.
It was very sad.
It was so sad.
Yeah.
I could just walk through everything without fans. It was pitiful. But this year, the magic is back, and we're bringing you every single moment. You'll see exclusive demos, interviews with the most important names in gaming, get all the breaking news as it happens, of course, and go out to the convention floor to bear witness to the Carnival of Dreams known as E3.
Now, coming up on today's show, we'll show you Square Enix's latest chapter in one of the biggest RPG series. It's the biggest RPG series ever. We're going hands-on with Final Fantasy 13.
Then we're also going to catch up with Nathan Drake as he follows Marco Polo's steps in Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. Quite a bit has changed since the first one, so you don't want to miss this one.
And we are going to demo Splinter Cell Conviction. This is everyone's favorite special ops badass. I know! He is back, and he's on a collision course with his former handlers. They better watch out.
plus, the man behind Gears of War has an Xbox Live arcade game on the way. It's called Shadow Complex. And we have your first look with the man himself, Cliff Blazinski. He will be here on set.
Now, we're going to have all that, plus much more. But before we get to all the shiny new titles, Chris and Adams has some news on an old game you might have heard of before. It's called the Donkey Kong.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, a little game called Donkey Kong. Yesterday, King of Kong star Steve Wiebe played the game right here for over 9 hours straight in an attempt to reclaim his high score record. Here's a look at how it all played out.
Steve
Weeby's historic attempt to break Billy Mitchell's world record Donkey Kong high score started with fanfare early yesterday morning.
Prepared my whole life for this moment.
The score to be 1,050,200 points. Weeby's first attempt shot off the starting blocks with an amazing first few levels. He also scored a Donkey Kong first, leaping 3 barrels at once.
Wow, what was that? Because none of us had ever seen that combination before.
His first 3 men went down in quick succession on levels 7, 9, and 10, but he rallied, playing for more than an hour with just his final man, 923,000 points. Attempt 2 started with promising energy, but quickly ran out of steam. It seemed fatigue and time was taking its toll. The final tally just shy of 700K.
He did an incredible job in the first 2 games, but he's got to do better. He has to point press, and he needs lots of luck.
The pressure was on. All the bananas were riding on Weeby's 3rd attempt. But after only a half an hour, disaster. A power outage ended his attempt.
When the game blanked out and he started again, he started even better and stronger than he had been on the game that he lost.
He rallied with his strongest start yet for his final assault. The last Mario fell to the kill screen. The final score, 989,000, 60,000 points shy of Billy Mitchell's best. The effort was valiant, the battle long, but at the end of the day, Billy Mitchell's Donkey Kong score stands. The war to be crowned the King of Kong rages on.
All right. Final Fantasy is one of the most beloved RPG series out there. And it all started with a humble black belt, a fighter, a thief, and a red, white, or black mage in some simple 8-bit dungeons. It is a full-blown, graphically dazzling opera that's followed by more people than the population of most nations. And we're about to go hands-on with the latest chapter, Final Fantasy 13. All right, joining us today is Square Enix spokesman Klee Quo. Thanks so much for dropping by and bringing one of the most anticipated games that I can think of. Obviously, there's so much story in Final Fantasy 13. Just give us what we need to know to appreciate this demo right here.
The world of Final Fantasy 13 is split into the futuristic city world of Cocoon, and the greater wilderness lies outside of it called Pulse. And Lightning, who's the main character, and other characters are chosen to cause destruction to the world of Cocoon. And that's the basic story.
As long as the end of the world's at stake, that's all, that's all good. So what's happening here right now in the demo?
We start out the game in the city, a ruined city on Pulse, and we're playing as the character Snow.
All right, now clearly we're in combat, which obviously a lot of people are interested in. So what are the basics about combat that's happening here?
Final Fantasy 13, the battle system is command-based. Snow starts out with 4 ATB, or active time battle system slots. And as the slots fill up, players will be able to choose commands, input commands to attack enemies.
So more or less those slots, you can't attack constantly, so you have to wait for them to fill before you can put in one of your actions.
By choosing the assault command, the AI automatically chooses the most optimal commands based on the battle situation, the conditions.
So if you don't know how to manage everything there, you do have some safety zone right there. The game will help you out. That's good to see.
But of course, players will be able to input their own commands by choosing the role abilities command.
Okay. And so right here, obviously, this, is this happening in real-time turn-based?
It's an evolved ATB system. Everything is happening in real time. But overall, the game is command-based, so you have to input commands.
All right. Looks like we had a little bit of something right there. So just kind of in a nutshell, is this a big difference from what we've seen before in terms of the combat in Final Fantasy 13?
There's been some differences, some updates, but we can't discuss.
Yes, we're not going to go into all of that right here. I do understand. This is a Square Enix title. So are there any other important things that we should be taking away from the combat right here in the game?
We'll have more to show.
All right,
of course, there's a lot of magic, a lot of different commands that you can choose.
So some of those things that we would expect, are going to be addressed at a very later date. So, all right, please. Obviously, I'm just going to point this out to you right now. Every Final Fantasy game is supposed to look gorgeous, but this is just kind of awe-inspiring right here. Now, the team behind this game, have they worked on other Final Fantasy titles?
Yes.
Good.
The producer for Final Fantasy 13. He's also worked on Final Fantasy 7 in the past.
Yeah, I've heard of this one. That seems to be a slightly popular Final Fantasy title. Well, good. Obviously, this is a wonderful taste in the sneak peek of this. I know it's coming out in Japan at a different time than America, but when will people start to be getting their hands on Final Fantasy 13?
In the United States?
In the United States?
Spring 2010.
All right. I know there are a lot of people that are very excited with what they saw right there. Clee, thanks so much for coming out.
Thank you.
All right. Yes, Final Fantasy 13. Let's take it over to Olivia.
Be sure to check out the all-new G4TV.com/E3 for all the up-to-the-second E3 news. You'll also find exclusive HD videos, screenshots, and so much more. Coming up, the E309 excitement continues as we head back to Eden 3 and demo Lost Planet 2. We'll blow up some bugs as the war for thermal energy wages on. Plus, there's more floor reports, interviews, and we'll get in the ring with Fight Night 4. The box art has Muhammad Ali fighting Mike Tyson. If that's not full of awesome, I don't know what is, and I can't help you. Keep it here.
E309 Live is brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. Hours of energy now, no crash later.
As I said this morning, this is obviously a very serious situation. Our public health officials have recommended that schools with confirmed or suspected cases strongly consider temporarily closing.
But President Obama, with all due respect, the John Madden curse has already affected 2 players this year.
Every generation.
A curse, Mr. President, a godforsaken curse, beset on us by that evil wizard known as John Madden. And I say we burn him.
No. Jake.
Thank you, Mr. President. But have you given any thought to the fact that this might be an enchantment spell?
Enchanted? Enchanted's probably not the word I would use.
Laugh it up. Their blood will be on your hands. It's on all your hands.
This is a cause for deep concern, but not panic. And I think that we have to make sure that we recognize how we respond intelligently, systematically, based on science, and what public health officials have to say will determine, in large part, what happens. But the most important thing right now that public health officials have indicated is that we treat this the same way that we would treat other outbreaks, just understanding that because this is a new strain, we don't yet know how it will respond.
Sir, is there anything else that people can do to prevent the Madden curse?
Cover your mouth when you cough. I know it sounds trivial, but it makes a huge difference.
It's the biggest week in gaming, so take that, Southampton Regional Developers Luncheon. Yeah. We have a full schedule of demos, interviews, and floor reports in store for you. And if that's not enough, we've got Kevin and Adam with what's next.
I love the Southampton Regional Developers Luncheon.
Well, they don't let me go there. They think I bring down the property values the minute I'm anywhere in that area.
Amazing croissants. The original Lost Planet had no shortage of giant bugs and snowy Hoth-like conditions.
Aha, but the second installment in the series has even bigger and more detailed acreage, and the Arctic environment has given way to a more tropical feel.
Yes, but there's no reason to break out the pina coladas or the Midori sours if you're a real man, like Seth and I. No, Eden 3 is still a dangerous place, but this time you can actually have 3 friends help you out.
All right, let's see what other changes are in store.
All right, joining us today for this 4-player cooperative hands-on look at Lost Planet 2, Capcom's Frank Felice is here. Thanks, Frank, for coming by.
No, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
I did not know you were doing 4-player co-op.
Absolutely.
I did not know until about 5 seconds ago, which we'll get to. But
yes,
let's first talk about this environment, because at the end of the first Lost Planet, you know, Al Gore gets his wish, the ice melts away.
Right.
We see this new terrain, but now it looks like the terrain has got some battle scars.
Oh, absolutely. So the snow has melted, and it's unearthed these amazing environments. So the one that we're showing here is the jungle stage. This is actually the salamander boss. So as you can see by the scale of this enemy, these things are huge. Yeah, absolutely. And what we're showing right here is 4-player co-op against this giant salamander boss. You have a vital suit that you can also attach to, so you can have 4 players riding each other, riding the boss.
Piggybacking along to this one.
Absolutely, yep.
Now, also, the vital suits are not necessarily the same ones that we saw in the original Lost Planet.
Right, there are new ones, and they're faster, they're bigger.
Good.
You need them to take down these big bosses, absolutely.
But you keep saying this is a big boss, and seconds ago when we were in the commercial break, you said this is actually kind of a smaller boss
This
in
is
the game.
actually one of the smaller bosses in the game, to tell you the scope of how huge these enemies are. So you can only imagine how big the later bosses are.
Well, also, I just want to point out that the level of detail in this game
yeah.
is absolutely astonishing.
Absolutely.
I mean, how big a jump are we talking about from the original Lost Planet?
Oh, graphically, this is going to be amazing. So, on Capcom's internal framework that this game is built on, this is built on framework MT 2.0. So Resident Evil 5 was built on 1.5.
We don't even talk about 1.5 anymore. That's
right,
so
exactly.
old school.
So if you think that was beautiful, you can only
March.
imagine how beautiful this game's going to be.
It's absolutely amazing.
I love that. So we're seeing this is John Capcom, Steve Capcom, and I think Doug Capcom. Or what's the Capcom brothers playing?
These are the Capcom brothers, yes.
4-player co-op. Now, is is this the whole single-player campaign? You can hop in and play through
Absolutely. So 4-player co-op throughout the whole single-player campaign. There's also 16-player multiplayer mode as well. So you definitely have that competitive nature in there.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Now, how much does cooperation lead to success when you're playing with other people in the game?
It's critical. So it's really important to work as a team. You'll actually notice on that salamander, he has a giant spike coming out of his back. That's his internal core. So guys,
wait, hold on. He just went into the beast's
He got
mouth.
swallowed. Yeah, so you can fight him from the inside, you can fight him from the outside. Right now, there's 2 guys inside.
So your buddies can be blowing away on the legs on that giant spike while you're inside.
While you're inside shooting the core.
Let's just reiterate this. You are inside a large, ugly insect-type creature fighting from the inside out.
Yes, correct.
And the objective is destroy the gutty works.
That's right.
Now he's got enemies crawling around his insides as well?
That's how big this boss is. There's enemies growing on the inside. He's massive.
Now, is it just giant bugs and internal organs, or are we actually fighting humans on
You'll fight humans as well, absolutely. So it's a mixture of both, absolutely.
And how does the story pick up?
So 10 years later, ice is melted. You don't follow the story through with one character. You follow each episode with its own hero. So it makes the player feel like they're the hero of the game.
Now, also in the original Lost Planet, you know, when you did do the multiplayer, you were able to kind of improve your character. Are we seeing a system like that in Lost Planet 2?
There's a robust character customization that you can use from single player and bring it over to multiplayer too. So if you make yourself look really cool in single player, bring it online and show them what you got there too.
Now, the way that you can advance your character playing through, I guess, the story mode, be it co-op or in single player, I mean, is that something that's built to be played through several times through, or is it really still kind of a one playthrough experience?
Oh no, it's meant for high replayability. So as you go through, you can customize your weapons, you can customize the way you look. So each experience, each time you go through, is completely new and fresh.
And can we talk about some of those customization options? What sort of stuff can we unlock?
So we haven't gotten into real there yet, so I don't want to spoil too much.
This is why I'm poking and prodding at the giant red glowing spot.
I know, exactly.
Don't make Adam jump inside and start taking out.
Yes. No, so it's, you know, your headgear, your leg gear, everything that you want to customize on character is possible.
Now, going back to multiplayer, if I may, you said 16 players online.
Yeah.
What sort of modes can we look forward to?
So what we talked about now is deathmatch. There'll be the team deathmatch, and then some secret modes that we haven't revealed
more
yet.
Secrets, more question marks. How do we unlock them during the course of this interview?
Find the planet. Find the planet that has been so lost there. Also, I just want to touch on weapons. Obviously, there's some awesome weapons from the first game. I'm assuming you guys have brought some more to the table?
Oh, yeah. And the size of the bosses are huge. You need big weapons to take down these big baddies, right? So you got these huge, massive rocket launchers, Gatling guns, you name it, it's in this game. It's pretty awesome.
I got to say, I would like to find Lost Planet. When is it coming out?
Winter of this year.
It's this year. Awesome.
It's this year, so I think I know one of the things I'll be. Thank you so much for coming by.
That's amazing.
With this game. All right, let's head over to Morgan.
Thank you. That looked fantastic. Now, Lost Planet 2 is obviously the follow-up to the original, but what other Capcom game is in need of a sequel? What do you think? Should it be A, The Misadventures of Tron Bonne, B, Okami, or C, Shadow of Rome? What do you have a strong opinion? Just log on to G4TV.com/E3 and let us know. We are going to have the results later in the show. Now, if you're part of the winning majority, you are going to win the fabulous prize of bragging rights.
Kevin's sticking his butt out to the fans behind him.
I'm just trying to rile up the crowd. I'm going to show him a little ratings maker.
Kevin's giving how do you guys like that? You guys like that? That's real
No, they don't-
Portuguese
they don't-
stuff.
they don't
no,
like
no,
that.
I'm not leaning over. My skirt's too short.
No, you're.
Hey, question.
Yes.
Where would you look for the hottest, most outrageous videos you've never seen before?
You know, I thought you might ask it. I
Really?
actually prepared an answer for you. I'm thinking it's G4's new series, the International Sexy Lady Show. Is that?
It is.
It is, yeah. It's amazing what other countries call TV. Really, it passes for anything. It's all part of duty-free TV, everybody.
Yes, these are real women doing really weird things, and it's on real TV in other countries.
Yeah.
But it's about to be on the best TV network in our country.
That's G4, by the way.
That's G4. The International Sexy Lady Show premieres Sunday night at 9:30. Set the
Yes.
TiVos.
Keep the kids up. It's a family show. Go to g4tv.com/sexyladies for videos of the ladies and, of course, their lady parts.
Do you have
and
to say that? That's, people know. It's lady
I just
parts.
want them to know the parts of the ladies will be there and featured and jiggly. And important details
Why
as
don't
well.
you show them your Portuguese parts again, huh?
They didn't really
They
get a reaction.
respond?
Maybe that side of the audience
Maybe
wants a little bit.
they want some of it.
No, they don't.
All right,
They
you
don't.
guys, we're just getting started. There's lots more exclusive demos to come on day 2. We have the 256 multiplayer Juggernaut MAG or Massive Action Game.
That's right. Just think of how many derogatory terms will be flying around that room. Bunch of people yelling at each other. Also on the way, a Splinter Cell Conviction demo, the latest chapter in the Tom Clancy franchise. It was a long time in the making, but it's finally here, and everyone's going to get a chance to see it right after this. Stick around, everybody.
Stick around.
E309 Live is brought to you by the International Sexy Lady Show. Real women, real TV, real weird. Premieres Sunday night, only on G4.
You know, if there's one way I like my games, it's massive. And Sony obviously received and read all my handwritten letters, sealed with a kiss. Because now they're poised to release MAG, or Massive Action Game. And this is an online shooter that boasts up to 256 players on one map. And I'm pretty good at history, so I'm confident when I say that that's more people than the entire force that stormed Normandy. Seriously, check the wiki. All right, let's find out how it works in another G4 world premiere hands-on. And here to walk us through this online experience, lead designer Andy Bodwin is here. How are you, Andy?
Doing great, Kevin. How are you?
I'm doing incredibly well because I look. The most impressive thing I've seen in terms of just sheer PowerPoint presentation was at the Sony conference when you guys illustrated exactly what 256 players looks like. When we're staring at this graphic of all these faces.
Yeah, take the number and put faces behind it.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, that's a lot of teabagging going on in one server at the same time.
Yeah, it's a lot of,
potentially. Massive action game. I love that you just call it like it is. It's like guns, cars, explosions.
No explanation
It's a massive action game. But when I hear MAG, I don't know who's the good guy, who are the bad guys, who's fighting here, and why.
So there are no good guys, no bad guys. I mean, very much like the real world, it's all shades of gray. Sure. So from the beginning, we wanted to make sure that we had 3 different private armies that represented different styles, different attitudes, different parts of the world. And that each one of them, from their own perspective, was doing the right thing.
Well, of course.
And of course, at the end of the day, it's all about money. You know, these are all private armies that are extremely lucrative. The stage is set so that it's about 20 years in the future. The governments have gotten too much political pressure from fielding armies afar. I can't imagine where that idea came from.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, I haven't
But
heard that.
fuel resources are dwindling, so trying to get a traditional army out there is just way too expensive and not feasible. So
We
these
could have just
private
gone
armies-
green.
I
Damn
know.
it, we
Well,
could have all bought a
Try
Prius.
running a tank on a solar panel.
Exactly.
It doesn't work so well.
Put a minigun on a Yaris. It'd
Yeah,
be
we
fine.
thought about it.
So this is, now we're set in the future. The different sides are fighting. Do they have different abilities, or is it all pretty much every army has access to the same weapons and the same vehicles?
No, they've all got completely different weapons. They've all got different vehicles. I mean, they're all similar categories. So they've all got insertion helicopters, insertion aircraft.
So it's going to be
machine
balanced, but
guns.
there's different styles of play.
Exactly. Each faction has a different style. One's a little bit more aggressive. One's a little bit more high-tech. One's a little bit more veteran. But at the end of the day, they've all got their own weapons. They've all got their different styles, and they all bring them to bear in a different way.
And there are 256 different human beings running around on the same server
right now
at the same time. And this is a live
We
demo
shut
here.
down Sony Studios up in Zipper.
Good,
We got a
you've
bunch of
sucked
guys
up
up
all
there
the
playing,
broadband
absolutely.
for the entire West Coast as well. I mean,
Yep.
technically, this must have been an achievement and a half because I mean, I played on some servers where you get 12 players, and it's lagging to high heaven. How are you pulling off 256?
We have a very talented network team. From the beginning, we built this game based on, we started off with the server infrastructure and then the networking technology before we even had one weapon firing anybody running out in the game. So we built up from there, and basically we pass you the most important information you need to know based on the battle going on right around you.
And if one guy drops out, does that crash the server for everybody?
No.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure, because I'm getting used to that gaming predicament, so I'm glad you designed around that. With so many players, though, running around, I know you guys have done some squad and team management. Can you talk to that?
Absolutely. So we kind of looked for inspiration in real military. We wanted to make sure there was a chain of command that would make sure the information you need to know as your base grunt, that's all you got. Sure. So you're not getting overwhelmed by the large scale of the battle. And then we allow players, as they get more experience, to kind of move up this leadership tree. So you start off leading a squad of 8. You're giving them orders like take out that bridge, take out that bunker, repair that bunker, secure that landing zone, and things like that. And as you gain experience, you begin having successes in that role. Then we'll move you up to platoon leader, where now you're in charge of 32 guys. And then company commander at the end, the OIC, which is the entire company.
Now, does that, if I hop in a game and I ascend to that rank, do I carry that rank to the next server or the next match if I choose to?
Well, the way it works is, so if you've earned the leadership experience to be able to qualify for that role, you basically throw your hat in the ring. And so every time we matchmake folks into a game, matchmaking is very important. Obviously, with 256, you don't want to wait for everybody to green up. We look at anybody who's qualified and anybody who said, yeah, I want to be an OIC. And we'll look at things like how long has it been since they've done it, you know, what's their success with it and stuff like that. So everybody gets an equal chance if you've earned that rank to lead the team.
I do like the idea of 256 dudes sitting around in a lobby all trying to ready up at the same time.
Imagine that.
All right, who pressed X again? We're going to wait 15 more minutes and go through it. As a commander, what's the interface like? How does that work versus, I mean, I want to play as a grunt. I just want to be told what I'm blowing up and I want to do it. But for those who want to delve into the strategy, how do they interact with the map?
So we wanted to build a lot of tools right into the game. So if we can look at CJ and what he's doing over here, we'll see if CJ can assign what we call a frago, or a fragmentary order, to his team. Okay. And what that is, so right there he's got a mortar battery. That's the enemy commander's tool that he uses to drop strikes on CJ's team.
And he didn't have to back out to a menu or do anything. He handles it all while he's playing.
It's all real time. We also have an interface where he can look at a top-down view and get a view of the whole battle. CJ, if you want to look at the CNI real quick, we can show them that. This also gives you a sense of scale. So the numbers, the yellow and the blue right there, that's his team. But if you look around, you got 4 entire platoons, all coming in from different angles and uniting at the center of the structure.
And I want to point out, I know you did this during the Sony demo as well, but every blue dot that you're seeing and then the spots where there's little red dots, those are actual people running around.
Absolutely, yep. And that's only half of it. The red dots are all hidden. They're the enemy. You only see him if CJ calls in. Actually, he can do that now. Calls in a recon UAV, which, no, he's waiting for his cooldown. He's already used his abilities.
Let's just call in a strike. Let's just nuke the whole map. We're almost out of time, but
you can see the mortar battery firing. He's about to get struck from the other side.
Awesome, awesome. Now what about vehicles and unlockables and anything that you guys can talk about?
Yeah, so vehicles, the attackers are all coming in mobily. This is actually a Sever base we're looking at. Raven is the attacking team. He's going to call in a cluster bomb here, it looks like. Sever's stuff is all fixed in placements, mortar batteries, bunkers. Those are all their forward spawn points, their abilities. CJ's coming in on vehicles. They've got UAVs that fly over and do recon. He's got strike fighters that can drop cluster bombs.
I want to see this cluster bomb. How long does it? Is it like real world? You have to wait for the plane to fly from one server to the other?
Yeah, actually, it looks like they just got his anti-aircraft back up. So when that happens,
did they shoot him down?
They shot him down. Yeah, it's a real push and pull like a real war.
Come
Everything
on, CJ.
you can do as a commander, some other boot on the ground can deny.
No, well, that's awesome. Look, the game looks amazing. When do we actually get our hands on it? When can I hop into a server with a bunch of my buddies?
It's coming out fall. We've actually got on the show floor for the next 3 days for those lucky enough to be here, but we'll be coming out soon.
And it absolutely looks crazy. It looks too crazy. So thank you so much for bringing it by.
Great, thanks so much, Kevin.
Massive action game, everybody. CJ, well commanded, sir. Thanks for coming by. Right now, let's head over to Adam and Morgan.
All right. Well, I think I have 3 friends now. In a couple of months, I can build up to 256. All right, yesterday. Okay, maybe I have 5 friends. Yesterday, we got to spend some time with the Ubisoft flagship Assassin's Creed 2. That is not the only game, and they're amazing lineup.
That's true. Blair Herter is at their booth with a look at some sword-wielding turtles, a few insane rabbits, and, you know, lots more.
Yeah, that just happened. All right, so when you talk Ubisoft, I know you're thinking Splinter Cell, I know you're thinking maybe a little bit of the old Assassin's Creed 2, but there are other games here that they're showing on the floor. Let's check them out. I'm here with Matt Looney. He is the man on TMNT. Now, Matt, tell me about the characters that you guys have announced in the game.
Obviously, the 4 Turtles, Splinter, Shredder, and April. There's going to be some surprises.
Matt, you coy bastard. I gotta do my job. Thanks for talking to us, brother. Really appreciate it. Now, the Ninja Turtles aren't the only animals here at the Ubisoft booth. I was over there earlier and I saw some rabbits getting into some hilarity.
We're here to present Rabbids Go Home, which is the big adventure of the rabbits. They decided that they're going to go home. They're going to take all the stuff they can get their hands on. They're going to pile it up and jump up to the moon.
So tell us what you guys are, how they're going to go about collecting all of this stuff.
Okay, so the rabbits have chosen man's greatest invention, the shopping cart, and they're going to drive right all over the humans, strip them right down to their undies, take everything they get their paws on, fill up the cart, and the idea is to really make it so it feels like you're playing inside a Cartoon Network cartoon.
Well, thank you for providing us for that experience. I really appreciate it and for talking to us. And the thong is absolutely beautiful.
Suits me.
Brawling Ninja Turtles and a woman who is not afraid to wear a thong on her head. Merci beaucoup, Ubisoft.
I'm not afraid to wear underwear on my head, ever. Earlier in the show, we asked you, what other Capcom games is in need of a sequel? You voted, the shamans consulted the gods, and the current leader is Okami with 68%. You people must really like painting and wolves. Coming up, we're gonna head on over to Microsoft's booth and check out all the drool-worthy 360 games. Cannot wait. And then we'll catch up with Sam Fisher. He's doing more than just playing piano these days. It's a Splinter Cell Conviction demo you will not want to miss. If you do, you're just gonna be so sad you're gonna cry. And there's nothing I can do about it because you should have been watching. Stick around.
E309 Live is brought to you by Coca-Cola Classic. Open a Coke and enjoy the show.
Welcome back to E309 Live. Just try looking at me for like 5 seconds, I promise, and then you can go back to whatever. All right, being one of the big three, Microsoft is making quite an impressive showing. Chris Hardwick is over at their booth to show you around and get every bit of info on their latest offerings.
Today I'm with a company called Microsoft. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, with a big M at the beginning.
I don't understand. Hey, anyway, you're Ryan and you're game director for Joyride. How about that?
It's awesome. Joyride's great.
So tell us a little bit about Joyride. What's the gameplay entail?
Well, the gameplay is where you basically give your avatar a car, and then you go do driving, racing, stunting, anything you can imagine with a car you can do in Joyride.
Get your avatar a car. What are you waiting for? All right, winter 2009. Well, when winter rolls along, then get your avatar a car. You like karaoke?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go give some of that a shot. I hope you brought your singing lips, because you're gonna need them for Microsoft's Lips. I thought part of the fun of it is, you go out to a bar with a bunch of strangers you don't know, so what's different about this that makes it a unique experience?
Well, we've got these wireless microphones that are motion sensitive, so when you're playing the game, you can actually interact with it physically. So you get...
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, your avatar will show up on screen, and it'll do kind of a gesture that's tied in with the song. Maybe he's playing the guitar, maybe he's dancing, a particular way that's, specific to that song. And you do the same motion with the microphone.
Tell us a little about your music library. How many songs do you have so far?
Well, we haven't announced the total yet, but on #1 hits, every song on there is a #1 from a major chart around the world.
Don't waste money going out to a bar. Buy Microsoft Lips, invite your friends over, and then just bring in a waitress if you want to, and have her bring you drinks, and have that experience.
I love the Om Nom Chameleon song.
Kevin and I were listening to that. We thought that they were saying what?
I thought they were going Om Nom 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 Chameleon. That's a very hungry chameleon.
That serves us right for not really listening.
I'm sure you're getting sick of all of our talking by now, and I wish someone could bear the burden for us, but I don't know if they can.
Well, I think that we have some people who can do that. Yeah, let's get to the people who do the work for us. It's the virtual audience.
Oh. I meant the writers? All right, we're going to kick things off today with Fred from Pacific, Washington. Fred, are you there, buddy?
Hey, I'm here, Kevin. What's
Fred,
up?
your fans are here.
Fred.
They love you here, Fred.
Fred 104.
You're a big deal.
What's up?
You're a big deal here, Fred. Tell us, what's your impression of Microsoft's booth this year? What are you most excited about?
Well, with Microsoft, I'm excited about the Natal and the new additions to Xbox Live. You know, live streaming TV and Facebook, Twitter.
Do you actually see yourself using the Twitter app and staring at your friends' updates on your TV?
You know, I just started Twitter a couple weeks ago, and I'm trying to get my friends to come on with me. So I hope to use it a lot more in the future.
Well, eventually they will. Everyone will come to Twitter.
Everybody shall tweet.
Now, have you seen anything from Sony that would make you buy a PS3?
You know what? Right now, I am not in a rush to buy a PlayStation 3. I mean, there's a few games here and there that I would love to play, but just right now, there's just not a lot.
Well, Fred, I mean, Natal was interesting to you. Did you see Sony's motion demo? What was the difference there?
You know what? Sony's motion demo was the wands, and for me, it's kind of, clunky. And I just rather just move around with nothing in my head and just have a lot of fun with that.
What about the PSP Go? Does like a lighter, smaller PSP like fancy you at all?
You know what? I think I will go purchase the PSP Go. Just my only issue with it is that with all the games that have been released on the UMD, will I be able to release or download those on the PSP Go, or am I out of luck?
Do you know anything about that?
Great question. I believe the library will be available for download.
Nice.
I don't know if that's every single game or if it's only their biggest hits, but I think it will be. But
portion.
interesting to know that your fancy was tickled by the PSP Go. There, Fred.
It was
Good to know.
tickled. Hey, Fred, you wanna fold the laundry on your shelf back there? It's kind of messy.
Oh, that's not. That's some of the swag I've gotten over the years. That's not laundry.
Okay. Well, you're just live. A lot of people are watching. Just thought you might want to tidy up a little bit.
He cleaned
No
up
big
the
deal.
place very nice.
No big deal.
I'm sure
no big deal. It's cool.
it's
My bad.
pledged fresh.
It's a folded flag or
It's
something.
fine.
Thank you so much, virtual audience.
Thanks, Fred. Appreciate you joining us, buddy.
Starting Friday, watch the best of our E309 coverage whenever you want. Look for G4 On Demand on your channel lineup, or go to the all-new G4TV.com/VOD for more info.
I think you're right. I think there was like some serious boxer briefs dangling from his bookshelf.
There was something back
There's
there.
definitely something back
A lot
there.
of people are watching this, Fred. If you like special ops, night vision, dragging bodies.
I love all those
You do?
things.
Okay, Kevin, then you would want to not go anywhere, all right? You want to stay here.
I can't. I mean,
for people at home,
it's my job.
don't go anywhere, because we have Splinter Cell Conviction.
Yes, we do.
The demo of it, it's on the way.
It looks so good. Plus, we're going to head on over to the EA booth and take you to hell. It's Dante's Inferno, and we've got it, plus more, right after this. Do not move, Olivia.
Do not move. I'm not moving.
You can't yell, don't move if you're moving.
Move.
Everybody. Now, next year, and this is next year, we're all going to hell.
Yes.
Not because we made Paul Blart the #1 movie for 2 weeks in a row, but that's a good reason.
Yeah.
But because EA is releasing Dante's Inferno.
Yes, the divine comedy comes to life as you
Give it
embark
up
on
for
a
Dante.
journey through the 9 circles of Hades and do some battle with some pretty hideous multi-mouthed beasts.
Chris Hardwick is at the EA booth with Dante's Inferno, Dead Space Extraction, and Army of Two, the 40th day.
All right, when you think about EA, you think about an incredibly diverse spectrum of titles. I mean, you know, for young people, older people, sports games, action games, and I've pinned down someone named Alex Hutchinson, who is creative director, and we're going to talk a little bit about Army of Two, the 40th day. So tell us a little about the cover system that's involved.
Sure. Something that was important for us in the new game is this idea of organic co-op. We don't want you to be pressing buttons all the time to go into cover, to sneak around, all that sort of stuff. We want the game to interpret your, what you want to do for you.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Can you tell us about the co-op playbook and how that might be employed in the game?
So the co-op playbook is a system for interrogating the environment. It could be, for instance, I'm on top of a building and I can see some hostages down below that you can't see. So I open up my co-op playbook, I tag them, and then you can see them through walls.
All right, thanks a lot, Alex.
No problem.
I'm here with Steve Abutsis. We're right in front of Dead Space Extraction. Now, let's talk a little bit about gameplay. How is shooting every other area beside the head, how is that going to allow the players to survive?
The whole idea behind it is that you're actually slowing enemies down. For instance, if you shoot them in the legs, that's going to make them crawl towards you. If you shoot them in the arm, they're not going to be able to attack you.
Like in life.
Exactly. I mean, like you do everywhere.
Just like you do when there's a monster, you're like, you don't want to walk anymore, monster. So what can you tell us as far as this franchise that's different about Extraction?
Well, Extraction is a prequel to Dead Space, so you're going to get to see the events that kind of kicked off what happened in Dead Space. We're also trying to make sure that the pacing matches up to the original Dead Space, so it's not just a shooting gallery of enemies. We're actually having areas where we're giving exposition and story as people play through the game.
Man up, sweetheart.
Extraction's coming out September 29th, 2009.
McNeil, take point. I'll cover you.
Steve, thanks so much for talking to us. Really appreciate it. I'm standing here with the aptly named Jonathan Knight, executive producer of Dante's Inferno. The blood of heathens! You have adapted Dante's Inferno into a game, so can you just give us an idea of how you were able to do that?
You know, when we read the poem, the description of hell in that poem is so detailed and vivid. He introduces the idea of the 9 circles, and he sees it as a real place with real landmarks and geography, and so we wanted to basically bring that vision to life and recreate his vision of hell in a game.
Can you tell us about some of the weapons that we're going to see in the game?
He fights with this scythe that he stole from Death, and he uses it to fight through the circles.
Okay, and I know that Dante does wield a cross in the game. Can you just give us a quick idea of what that effect is?
It's kind of like a gun in a way. It blasts holy power, and you can use it in combination with the scythe to create kind of his signature fighting styles.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much, Jonathan, for talking to us. I mean, listen, you know, you want games about space, you come to Electronic Arts. You want sports games, you want horror-themed games, you come to Electronic Arts. War games, and of course, about hell itself, Electronic Arts is definitely the place to be.
Olivia?
Yes?
I would like to talk about next month. If that's okay. Because next month, Attack of the Show celebrates its 1,000th episode. And not just with a regular show, no. Confetti cannons, kittens, in 2 hours.
2-hour show. In your face, Cosby Show.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Wait, did Cosby Show do a thing?
The Cosby Show did something pretty good.
We're going to revisit the best and the worst with our favorite past hosts, characters, and moments, including one moment where Olivia and I kind of got into these French-made outfits and jumped into a giant pie. You might have missed it. It's fine.
You guys remember that? Yeah, that was fun. Plus, see my audition video for the very first time on TV.
No.
I actually have it in my purse. I'm afraid to see it. All I know is I wasn't wearing a bra when I auditioned for the show.
And she got the role, everybody.
Somehow.
Lesson to you ladies
and they
here in Los
asked me to wear knee
Angeles.
pads a lot.
Yeah, but now they're callous. She's fine. She's broken in.
Catch all of that and some super secret surprises. It's an AOTS 1000, July 9th, only on G4.
1,000 of these things. Go to G4TV.com/AOTS for details and more.
All right, everybody, you don't go anywhere. On the way is Sam Fisher. He's returning, and he's very quiet as we return. We have the Splinter Cell Conviction demo that has been years in the making and is all the talk of E3. Mr. Fisher, he's pissed off, and he will use your head to break a urinal. Plus, Fight Night Round 4 detaches my retina. Yeah, as it doles out the punches. We're going hands-on and this-on just after this.
Welcome back to... we had an old commercial to come up with something, and that's what we came up with.
My skirt's too short to do anything.
I know, you can't do anything today.
I can't do anything.
Someone throw a quarter on the carpet. Welcome back to G4's coverage of E309. It's kind of like Christmas in June, but with lots of body odor.
And backpacks. Yeah. There's so much to see and play here, and we're bringing it to you live. We're live right now. We've got interviews, booth tours, and so many demos.
Yes, and in a few minutes, we're gonna take in a bit of the sweet science. That's Fight Night Round 4, and it's coming to the stage. But first, we're gonna head on over to Adam to see if he can take down the third echelon.
All right, Tom Clancy's venerable stealth agent Sam Fisher is returning in Splinter Cell Conviction. The game was supposed to be out last year, but Ubisoft wanted to make sure they had a top-notch follow-up to Double Agent. So they decided on total revamping this time around. Sam's out to solve the mystery behind his daughter's death and take on his old handlers in this world premiere hands-on demo. All right, joining us today for this look at Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Conviction, creative director at Ubisoft, Max Balon. Thanks so much for dropping by.
Thank you.
I really want to be honest. Like, this is the game that's buzzing all across this convention floor. I mean, we've been waiting for it, but wow, what a game it is. Just for those who are not aware yet, what's the story behind it? Because Sam Fisher's in a much different space than he was in previous titles.
Yeah, well, if you played Double Agent the game before, you learned that Sarah, Sam's daughter, was killed. And of course, that affected Sam a lot. So now Conviction starts with Sam asking questions, and he's finding out that there's some loose ends and not everything is clear. So he's heading to the island of Malta to find out the answers, who killed his daughter, and from there he gets captured by Third Echelon and he needs to go back to Washington.
All right, so beyond just sort of Sam finding himself in a new situation, the gameplay's really taken a change. Without going into all the details, what are some of the high points of what we're going to be playing that's different in this game?
Well, it's really the way we're approaching our genre, right? For Conviction, we want to flip the whole way of thinking about stealth games, that you need to make the player weak and you need to play slow to be a stealth game. We want to do the opposite. We want to make you feel powerful. We want to make you feel like Sam Fisher. So we're making you move fast. We're making you, more lethal, more brutal than ever before.
Okay, so Sam right here, he's about to break into the mansion. So we're watching one of his stealth kills, and he is moving fast. What are some of the, what's some of the stuff that's going on there?
Well, the projected objectives, it's our way of telling the story in real time in the environment, right? Instead of writing your objective top left in the... I love that shot.
I know, it's so good.
Instead of writing your objective, top left of the screen, we just projected it in the world, so it makes it for a lot more immersiveness.
Very stylish. Okay, now this is where he's about to do the assassinations. Walk us through this.
Yeah, so that's mark and execute. So now Julien's gonna mark the guy and the light, and now he's on the other side of the door. So he's gonna pull out of there, he's gonna get ready, pull his gun out, and then he's gonna get into position and execute. Watch this. Boom.
So one button
Thank
press.
you, good night. And then
now,
watch out, there's another guy there.
There he is.
Human shield.
The animations are just amazing. Now, one important thing with these executions, you can't do this all the time. You actually have to do stealth kills to earn the right to pull this off.
Exactly. And it's really our way of making you feel like Sam Fisher, right? There's so many, in action movies and stuff like that, you always see that moment. That's what we want the player to experience in the game. And of course, you can do it from ledges, from windows.
And another thing, even though he went through this window here, he could have gone across that ledge and found other ways of entering into this building to take this on.
Well, I mean, to me, it's something that's part of the Splinter Cell franchise, right? You decide how you want to play it. It's a realistic game. It's Tom Clancy. So you always choose. So we're always building the environments to let the player choose where and how he wants to go in. So now Julien's using a pipe. He could have went around, and now he's going to use the chandelier to take out the enemies.
Now, is all of the environment as reactive as this chandelier here is? I mean, if you see something that, isn't, built into the wall, can you assume that you can use it to your advantage?
We've put a lot of effort in making the environment really realistic and responsive to what you do. What's really cool with our technology is that each light is dynamic. Every light you can shoot, you can turn off, and you can really play with the enemies when doing that.
Now, obviously, if you have the ability to really manipulate the environment like this, you need some AI to kind of give you that match wit for wit to keep the game exciting. What can we expect out of the AI to really, kind of work against Sam Fisher?
Well, what's really interesting with what we're doing is that we're going to have a nice progression in our AI, right? At the beginning, the guys are going to be a little bit more noob. They're going to be easier to take out, but as you go, you're going to end up fighting third echelon operatives. So these guys, they're going to have your moves. They're going to be flanking you using grenades, using some of the actions you can do. So it's going to be very interesting.
And it's worth noting, I believe that the executions where you can pick 2 enemies, it's not going to grow and become 3 or 4 enemies.
Exactly. It's all linked with the weapon that Sam has. So now, for example, he's got a shotgun. The shotgun has 3 marks instead of 2. And the cool thing with the shotgun is that it allows you to execute through cover. So these guys, they just flip tables on Sam. So now Julien's going to execute through the door. Boom, cover, 2 guys dead.
Even I know, don't flip a table on Sam. It's like, oh yeah, that table's going to work for me fine. Never find me back here. The guy hides for a living. Is there any other big stuff that's in Splinter Cell Conviction that you want to touch on? That's a change.
It's all the way we're telling the story, right? We're building a game. It's interactive. We want the player to be in control all the time. We want you to experience our story, you know, in the world. So what we do, you saw the projected text. We do the same for movies. We project movies in the environment. So it's our way of keeping the narrative moving at a fast pace, always leaving you in control.
And there are no load times in this game.
Exactly. We do, for loadings, what we do is we can play real-time movies as you're playing. So it's showing you where you're going. It's showing you your enemies, things like that. So it's super fluid. And it's really keeping the pace up, and that's what Splinter Cell Conviction is about.
All right, well, I gotta say, Ubisoft Montreal, this Assassin's Creed 2 with Avatar, I don't know what's in your water. I imagine all you guys are just climbing buildings all day. The most nimble city in North America. Thank you so much, and when is the game coming out?
Fall 2009.
All right, I cannot wait.
Thank you.
Give it up. All right. All right, Morgan, over to you.
That is a beautiful comeback for the Splinter Cell franchise. We just saw the incredible Splinter Cell Conviction. And that, of course, brings us to our next poll question. Which actor should play the dreamy Sam Fisher in a Splinter Cell movie? A, Michael Ironside, B, George Clooney, or C, Zac Efron? Don't pick that one. Log on to the all-new G4TV.com/E3 and get your opinion out there on the internet, as long as you don't pick Zac Efron, because really there's no other way to do that, right? We're going to have the results later in the show. Don't disappoint me. And keep your iPod full of the latest E309 videos by downloading G4's special E3 podcast. Just check out the X-Play feed at the all-new G4TV.com/podcast. Now we're going to head it over to Olivia.
Are you kidding? Zac Efron! He's an old guy, and then he turns 17 again! It's movie magic, Morgan Webb. All right, since we first heard their whale-like groans, we wanted to step into the what must be incredibly smelly suit of a Big Daddy and bust some skulls in rapture. Well, we are in luck because 2K Games is only too happy to oblige. The sequel to X-Play's 2007 Game of the Year is due out by the end of 2009, but guess what? We, as in you and me, we all get to see it right now.
All right, I'm hanging out with Melissa Miller. We were talking BioShock 2, and specifically, big news, multiplayer.
Yes, we're actually really excited today because this is the first time that we've really presented the entire BioShock 2 package, because, you know, some of us from 2K Marin have been out there for a few months talking about single player experience, but today we're talking about single player and multiplayer. I mean, think about all the cool things that you could do in BioShock 1. You could use your plasmids, you could put the geyser down, and then the guy would fly up into the air, and you'd shoot him with your rocket launcher, and all this crazy stuff. Now imagine everybody else in the match can do that.
I like Melissa actually plays BioShock at home just like this. Plasmids and guns. But let's talk a little bit about the plasmids, because things are a little different this time around as well, so tell me about that.
Well, for single player, of course, single player is set 10 years after the events of the first game, and so the plasmids have actually evolved quite a bit. And then with multiplayer, multiplayer is actually set 1 year before the events of the first game.
Okay.
So they actually have a bunch of plasmids that are completely unique to multiplayer. So something like Arrow Dash, which will allow you to like zoom forward and get out of, like, you know, if you're getting hit a lot and you're like, oh god, I'm about to die, Arrow Dash out of it.
Nice, sounds cool. I wish I could use Arrow Dash in real life, because I get into quite a few of those situations myself. Well, thanks for talking to us, Melissa. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh, it looks so good.
We're all just breathing it in.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh. When we return, we're going to talk to Billy Berghammer of the all-new G4TV.com and get the latest on internet happenings.
And I'll try not to kiss the mat when we go hands-on with Fight Night Round 4. I love that game. E3 Live. We'll be right back, everybody.
My skirt's so short, my hands.
It's my sex tornado.
My hands don't even cover them.
You've been kicked out of Captain. We didn't have to deal with those distractions yesterday. I'm sure he wouldn't have mind, but
would have been impossible to win Donkey Kong.
that has never happened to me when I'm playing Donkey Kong. That's so unfair. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome
We're
back.
still here. We're still live, and there's still plenty to see at E309, and we're bringing it to you all day long.
That's right. We also want to know about what you think about the whole thing, so we've set up a kind of confessional booth in a Scion and taped your innermost E3 thoughts and desires.
Yeah, and newsflash, you're not the only guy who wants to sleep with Lara Croft.
Yeah,
Seriously.
there's a lot of those.
Anybody? No. Chris Hardwick has some of your other observations. Chris, what's up?
Now that E3 is back to being stuffed like a Thanksgiving turkey with fans, we thought it was important to find out what their reactions were to this year's festivities. So we did that the only way we knew how, inside the Scion G4 mobile confessional unit.
So far, my favorite game of the show is definitely Splinter Cell Conviction. It's amazing, it looks great, and I can't wait to play it.
Best game is Splinter Cell Conviction. Fantastic looking game, brilliant graphics, and if I don't dare say it, I think Sam Fisher's pretty hot as well.
Definitely looking forward though to, DJ Hero. That's just outrageous game to play.
DJ Hero takes to a whole new level where people are like, scratching. All right, peace out.
I think probably the best booth that we got right now going, probably the Sony booth. There's a lot of stuff going on there. You got God of War 3 being able to be played. You got Mag being able to be played. Uncharted 2. Oh.
It's great that they let the fans back in, because it's been a few years since the fans have been able to go back in E3, so it's awesome.
This is my first time to E3. It's everything I've wanted it to be so far. It's lived up to my wildest dreams and more. I'm excited. If you ever get a chance, come on by, come on out, take a look. It's totally awesome.
From the fans' mouths to our cameras, to your televisions, to your eyes, and into your brains, everyone seems to be loving E3 this year, and we have proof thanks to G4's mobile Scion confessional unit.
Joining us now is my new and good friend, Billy Berghammer from the all-new G4TV.com. Billy, what's the latest on the G4 website today?
Well, we've got a brand new hands-on preview of the new Super Mario Brothers for the Wii.
How does it look?
Apparently, it's awesome.
Nice.
It's not a rehash. It's not the DS game. It's an all-new game, and according to Brian Leahy, it's amazing. So, if you're here, check it out on the floor, but if you need to know, it's on the website.
I'm sure everyone has their laptops, so just open your laptops and go to the G4TV.com website. Now, I hear you also have a preview. We just saw it for Splinter Cell Conviction, but if you missed it, you can go see it on your website. What else do you know from it?
Also, we have hands-on with the new PSP Go, which is the new version of the PSP.
Yes.
So if you want to know how it feels in your hand and everything, Patrick Klepek checked it out, and that's on our website as well.
Now, who's joining you after the show for your online wrap-up?
Yeah, we're doing the Feed Nightcap tonight. I've got N-Guy Kroll, I've also got Chris Kohler from Wired, and Thomas Puha from one of my favorite Finnish video game magazines. He's a very good friend of mine. It's an unscripted show. It's live directly following this show on G4TV.com.
What are you guys going to be talking about? Just everything you saw at G4
Yes, absolutely.
at E3?
And then also, right before I came out here, I just got some breaking news that tomorrow morning at noon Eastern time, we have some breaking news about E3 2010. And the only place to find it
is on G4TV.com.
On the all-new G4TV.com.
All right, you guys. Mark it in your day calendars. Tomorrow, noon Eastern, G4TV.com. We've got some breaking news on E3 2010. 2010.
It's awesome.
Billy, thanks so much for coming by.
Thank you, and I had a lot of fun. So.
It was so much fun. Big round of applause for Billy Berghammer, everybody. Go to the all-new G4TV.com site. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Adam, what is Adam doing? Adam.
What?
Adam.
What?
I'm sorry.
I was having a Midnight Express moment.
Okay, Adam.
He knows what I'm talking about.
Do we?
No, you're too young. All right, when E309 Live continues, reflowing a butterfly and bite ears off. Well, like Mike Tyson. It's our hands-on demo fight night round 4.
And later, don't miss Wet. Yeah, it's actually not as dirty as it sounds, but it does have a lot of guns. So stay tuned. I just thought there was a euphemism with you in the...
No.
Oh, okay.
E309 Live is brought to you by Scion. Driven by personalization. Scion, what moves you?
One of the more iconic and menacing figures in boxing is definitely Mike Tyson. Fight Night Round 4 features more than 40 legendary fighters, including Iron Mike himself. And now you can finally have Mr. Tyson square off against Muhammad Ali and definitively end bar arguments about the best fighter of all time. Let's go hands-on. On our stage to deliver this very special hands-on look at Fight Night Round 4 is gameplay producer Brian Hayes. Thank you so much for coming to our stage.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
I actually was at the EA press event and got to see this, and got to see you knock out somebody before you were supposed to.
Yeah, that was not part of the plan.
Not part of the plan.
And thankfully Jeff was able to get up and it didn't ruin the whole thing, so that was good.
I'm so excited. Fight Night finally returns. Now, the first thing that I noticed, and that you guys talked about there, and that I think everyone is noticing, is how realistic it looks. Now, I heard that you guys completely rewrote the game engine, so what's new and improved with the graphics?
I mean, absolutely everything. The fighter